Alright, so I had a few requests on how to do this and how I do it. Essentially, to do an Act 1 run, I basically don't enjoy killing, looking for packs of mobs. So what I do is I go where I know they're going to be. So I select the Imprisoned Angel and I go to Chamber of Suffering, which of course is the Butcher quest, and I just start game. Alright. So the first place that I go is to the Festering Woods. That's a good point. Throw an overall real quick. Alright, so Festering Woods. And then I immediately go left over here, and there's sometimes there's an elite pack around this area. But essentially what you're looking for is one of the two dungeons. So here's the first elite pack. I use the most DPS build that I can use, because it just all I'm interested in doing is doing this for the speed. I don't really kill anything else but champion packs. I mean, sometimes I'll attack them, but everything else is just, I basically run through everything else and I use the same build. So you go into the Warrior's Rest. There's a guaranteed champ pack inside Warrior's Rest. So you go in here and you kill this champ pack.
Closing.
Yes, this will be on my YouTube channel later. The reason I don't have music playing is because when I upload this to YouTube, if it has any music, then they'll just block it. Alright, so here's the pad that you started on, and you want to go over here to the right now. There'll be one dungeon to your left usually and one dungeon to your right. So you're essentially looking for the second dungeon, which is Crypt of the Ancients, and here it is. Go inside Crypt of the Ancients. And just so you guys know, if I wasn't farming Act 3 to keep things interesting for myself and for you guys, this is what I would do all day, from top to bottom. Alright, so you kill that guy, wipe these guys out, go ahead and recall back. Because of if you're talking about the YouTube comment, it's because of copyright problems. They don't like having music playing. The skills that I'm using are the same ones that I use for my other run, except I'm using Mantra of Conviction just to do more damage with overall. Alright, so again, you go back to Festering Woods. You've already cleared the two dungeons, and sometimes there's an event right here south that automatically spawns a champ pack. So you'll go down here to see if it's there. I don't think it's actually here, not on this map, but sometimes there's an event up on a hill that you can use to spawn a champ pack. And it's not here. But if it is there, then you'll get an extra stack out of that. So then I go back to town. Go back to town and port to Leoric's Manor. And sometimes there's a champ pack in Leoric's Manor. If you get lucky, you'll find one. I usually find it over here on the side. It's usually in this room, but it doesn't look like it's here. So make your way through the manor, back to the entrance. Until tomorrow, Act 1, I mean, I guess it really doesn't matter now because Act 1 has, or Act 3, they're going to change the drop rates tomorrow, but up until today, the drop rates in Act 1, or Act 3 haven't been that great. So it usually, would behoove you to just do Act 1 over and over, but after tomorrow, that may not matter. Alright, so I come out here and I find the champ pack. Sometimes there's even 2 champ packs out here. Yeah, the key to what I do is I don't spend any time looking for champ packs. I go, if they're there, fine. If they're not, then I move on. All right, so then I port back to town, and I go to Cemetery of the Forsaken, and there's a champ pack that'll usually spawn right here. So I kill that champ pack, and then I go clear these 3 crypts out that are in the side. There's usually at least 1 or 2 champ packs in each crypt. If you can really steamroll Act 1, it probably would help you if you equipped like any movement skills that you have. So if you're a barb, equip sprint and heroic leap and stuff like that. No, I'm not. I'm not using anything that improves my mobility at all. Do I skip events? It just depends on what mood I'm in. It just really depends. I mean, usually no, I don't really skip events. Jar of Souls, I would do Jar of Souls, and the other one that provides, they're essentially like resplendent chests. Essentially, what this is doing is it maximizes the time that you have with champ packs. The question of why don't you just stay in game and finish it? I mean, realistically, I'm killing like a lot of champ packs. Like by the time that this run is over, this will only take me about 20 minutes. I'll have an entire inventory full of yellows, and at that point, I make a new game and do it all over again. I mean, it's your mileage may vary. This is just how I do it. I get a lot of people asking me how to farm Act 1 efficiently, and this is just how I do it. So, if you don't like to do it this way, that's up to you. What items do I pick up? I pick up anything that's level 60. At least I try to. I try to pick up anything that's level 60 as far as a blue goes, and all rares is what I pick up. Also pick up mythic health potions and tomes of secrets and stuff like that. Yeah, I pick up everything. I pick up the yellows just because it's not worth my time to, I grab it real quick and then I deal with it later if it's good. If it's good, great. If it's not, then I just vendor it. If it's under level 60. If it's level 60, then of course I make it into crafting materials. Yeah, you can just memorize it. You can also mouse over the item. I'll show you in a minute. You can also mouse over the item and hold down Control before you pick it up, and it'll tell you the item level of the item. Have I had success crafting? Yes, absolutely. That's how I've made most of my money, is crafting. Yeah, they're buffing the drop rates of good items in Act 3 and 4, I believe, tomorrow. They're gonna hotfix it. Because as it stands right now, there's not much of a reason to farm Act 2 and 3, or excuse me, 3 and 4.
I don't have enough spirit.
So yeah, just hold down Control and look at stuff. If you don't want to pick up items that aren't level 60, it's up to you. But you can just hold down Control and pick it up. Come back to the cemetery and clear out the last dungeon.
Enough spirit. I will return.
I've already killed 2 champ packs in here, so there's probably not a third, but I'll double check real quick. Sometimes you run into pygmy goblins, and it's obviously just a bonus when you find them. Alright, so after the cemetery, the Forsaken, I go over here and I port down to the Halls of Agony level 2. I crafted a couple pieces, I bought 4 or 5 pieces, and I found the rest of it. The Halls of Agony level 2, there's usually always a pack of these guys right here. So you can kill them. Essentially what you're doing in Halls of Agony level 2 is really looking for the entrance to the to where the warden is. So I usually just kind of run through. And if you find champ packs, that's great. If not, then then I don't really go around looking for them. I have a YouTube button at the bottom. If you scroll down, there's a big YouTube button. It'll take you right to my profile page, as well as Twitter. When going shield, do you need life on hit? I wouldn't say you need life on hit, but it's very, very nice to have. Alright, so inside the Cursed Hold, there's usually 2 or 3 champion packs in here. I'm usually really bad about finding the champ packs that are in this place. I'm not really sure why. I clear it out pretty quick, but I usually don't run into more than a couple. But I have seen, like, I've seen 4 champ packs at a time in here, so you just have to find them.
Beneath the endless tide, I will return. My injuries are less severe.
It's kind of silly, I know, but I actually don't have the Warden quest on this guy. I don't really, I don't believe so. I don't know why, what happened, but I don't. It's like a bug. I'm not really sure what's up with it, but I don't have the Warden quest on my monk. But yeah, if you have the Warden quest, it's best to start with the Warden quest, 100%. As I said, I'm usually pretty bad about finding the other champ pack that's in here, but looks like I found it this time.
Your flaws are revealed.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the loot is still, you still have to wade through tons of bad loot. But this is just for the folks that asked me a few times how do I farm Act 1. After tomorrow, I'll still be farming Act 3.
I don't have enough spirit. Beneath the endless tide.
Is there a point to farm Act 4? You know, I'm not really a big fan of Act 4 when it comes to farming, just because there's not a whole lot of champ packs. So I would say if you can farm Act 3, farm Act 3. Alright, so that's the run that I do. I end with a mostly full inventory full of yellows. Probably all garbage, but for those that are farming Act 1, that's the way I do it. I'm just going to restart my stream real fast again, guys.